Hello! Welcome to Mini-Tournament number 7. Nicknamed, like, Brightest Day, Blackest Night, because somebody decided to call it that. And yes, I did just say this like 2 seconds ago while my mic was muted. But hopefully it's working now and you guys can hear me okay. So, we are currently putting together the brackets. We are going to be getting all of this happiness lined up, and we will be streaming gameplay as quickly as possible. For those of you who aren't participating and don't know what the rule set is, we do have a 1v1 tournament happening today, largely featuring some of the best and brightest talents in the land of Brawlhalla. So, I hope you guys are excited. I'm really interested to see who comes out on top. I'm excited to see what legends these players decide to bring to the tournament, and just how everyone is going to fare, because as I've said many times recently while streaming, everyone is just too good now. The skill level differentiation gap that used to exist between a lot of players is very, very small, and in a tournament setting, we all know, thanks to nerfs and combo drops, everyone can do amazing or terrible, and anything can happen. So, I hope you guys are as psyched as I am to check out all of the excellent action going on, because it is going to be completely legit. So until the gameplay begins, how is everyone doing today? I see that we've got a number of people here on Twitch. We've got about 20 or so, which probably is most of the participants. So remember, guys, you know, part of the reason that we've been holding these mini tournaments since way back in December when Compton EMT first did the very first one, remember to tell your friends, tell your loved ones. Go downstairs and knock on that neighbor's door who plays the music really loudly and say, hey, dude, there is a tournament happening right now on Twitch TV, and it's gonna be freaking hype. So, tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your kids, tell your wife. My son is actually watching this on our iPad today, and he was very disappointed that I won't be fighting in the tournament, but he was pretty psyched that I would be hosting it. I think that kind of balances it out for him just a little bit, and I'm excited. So for those of you who do not know, these mini tournaments have been running since December when we first had our first mini tournament. It was hosted by Compton EMT. There was about 8 of us. And it was run in such a fashion, because we didn't have spectating capabilities in Brawlhalla yet, that the tournament organizer had to run off the side of a stage in a 3-person 5-stock match until we could actually start the games. And it was, about a month later, the devs decided to patch in spectator mode early for us, because developers of Blue Mammoth Games who make Brawlhalla, they love us. They dig our community. And even though we decide to complain about balance and we rail against them for every minor change that messes up how we're able to do 60 hit point combos, it, there's still some love. It's tough love sometimes, but, it's the good stuff. So I'm going to be getting in touch with the tournament organizer right now and asking him when we're going to be getting the tournament brackets, because for those of you who don't know, Holy Pale has put together this entire shebang. Right now he is also known as Wintermute, and he is going to be the guy who's running all of the background logistics. I'm just the pretty face on top of all of this. So, yeah. No control for me over the brackets there. I'm just the guy who is going to ramble at you here on Twitch and try to provide you with some semblance of entertainment. So wow, it looks like just in the last few minutes, some people did tell their mom and their wives to come out and check out the stream. So let's give a quick shout out to everybody who is in the chat room right now. We've got Misfit, Arcanite Jedi, Atomic Rob 123, BB Boasting Toast, Blonked, Compton EMT, Crash Omega 1, Crunch Bucket, Drake, K Jellin, I'm Tybo, Jail Dragon, Kreutzberg, Lax Mortal, Magma Bob, Maximus Maxi, MJow 123, Mr. Mancer, On Tilt, PG Not 13, Ruin BW, Sir Pots and Pans, Weird Jacob, XX Fob XX, Zack Attack 3000, and The Holy Pale. So everybody is here. We are getting excited. I am going to figure out how to turn off my notifications so that I can just watch my chat window elsewhere so you guys don't get interrupted by the ongoing plethora of chats and things that head on out constantly while trying to organize one of these tournaments. Oh, but I'm excited because the participants we have today include many players who are in the top, not just the top 100, but like the top 10 players in Brawlhalla right now. So let's go ahead and check out the rankings really quick, because I think this is always interesting information to look at before we begin. All right, I'm gonna pull this up over here in just a moment so that we can take a quick look at what the official standings are as the 1v1 ranked ladder determines. Now, of course, some people ladder more than others, and the ladder right now is not a hardcore determination of skill, but it is what it is. So let's take a quick look at this. So we can see at the top we've got Misfit. I believe he is on the wait list for this tournament. Tybo, who is competing. Manser, who is competing. Kreuzberg, who is competing. Scroyan, who is competing. Sir Pots and Pans, who is competing. Ruin, who is competing. Who else do we have? I don't think Tandoori Bradis was able to make it today because he's not feeling well. We are going to miss him. Rockefeller 35 is competing. Magma Bob is competing. So like just there, like half of the roster here is already from like the top 50 players in the game right now, which is pretty cool. So I'm expecting some pretty hardcore competition coming out from everybody today. And I'm excited to be able to shoutcast those matches as best that I possibly can. I'm sorry, MJL123, I'm not Swedish. I do know someone who is half Swedish, who is also a linguist, who tried to explain to me just how complex Swedish actually is, at which point I decided that I just wasn't going to care anymore. So, that's right, Ruin BW. That's right. Washed up players have rights too. And just because you're all washed up doesn't mean that you can't participate in a tournament and maybe come away with a win. You know, as a fellow washed up player myself, I know how difficult it is to maintain some semblance of competitiveness when you've been, you know, just at this for ages. I'm sorry, because if I didn't say your name out loud in Twitch, it's likely because the chat didn't update. It just gives me a list, man. There's just a list. I'll tell you what, if we hit 50 people, if everybody can get 50 people in here, I will read the list again. And of course, we'll read it at the end of the show. So, let me take another quick look and see if the brackets have yet to be updated. They have not. And we are going to see how everybody is doing over in the competitive chat. Remember, if you are competing in today's tournament, make sure that you head on over to the Brawlhalla competitive community chat room, because that is where we are going to be dealing out all of the logistics for the tournament. Read the list on the Brawlhalla rankings. Read rank 38. I don't know, Jailed Dragon. Is rank 38 something to be proud of? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that just means that you're all washed up. But, you know, I could be wrong. Yeah, from what I can tell, let's take a look at this one more time, since we have some requests coming out for clarity from people in the chat room. It looks like, according to this, if we turn our screen right back on, it's actually not Jailed Dragon who's in rank 38. It's some guy named Dragon Senpai, which I believe are two different people. So, you know, a little bit of a misnomer there from some people in Twitch chat. I've actually never played this guy. The one that I keep playing is the other dragon known as Dragon Chan, who occasionally will show up and repeatedly lose to people a few times in a row before going somewhere to read manga with Manga Bob. But that's just, it's just part of where the community is right now. I'll admit that here in the competitive community, a lot of people who who are here in the land of 1v1, we all know each other. We all play a lot of games together. We do a lot of customs. A whole bunch of 1v1 players are streaming now, so the community right now is really tight. And as a side effect of that, that means that there is a plethora of inside jokes and just really snarky, salty, happy beatdowns on random people such as Jailed Dragon. So, thank you, Jailed Dragon, for once again being the butt of the joke and the laughing stock for this current moment. But just remember that I love you, man. Just remember that. Community, FGC love, man. It's real. Whew. All right. Just remember, guys, everything's fine because we're all washed up. That is just the fact of the matter. All right, let's take a quick look at Xfire and see if we've updated. If not, I'll give you a quick rundown of who has checked in. It looks like what we are in the process of doing at the moment, to give you a quick update, is we are making sure that the people who are on the wait list are able to now enter the tournament. So people who are waitlisted are now slowly being entered in. But currently, our list of competitors who are present and ready to go include Pots and Pans, Tybo, Magma Bob, Kreutzberg, Scroyan, Mancer, Arcanite Magician, commonly known as Arcanite Jedi, Rockefeller 35, Ruin, LAX Mortal, Exodromus, Helix, and Maximus Maxi. So, those are the guys that we have present right now. And if I can count correctly, that looks like we've got about 13 participants, so we're just waiting for a couple more from the wait list to come on in. And then we'll build out our brackets, and we will get this merry show on the road. Whew. Apparently, Dragon Senpai is holding up the entire process, as expected from someone who has the name, or word rather, Senpai in his name. But this is something that we have come to know and expect here in the Brawlhalla competitive community. Wow, we just hit 40 people. What is happening? Does that mean... No, I said 50. At 50, I gotta stick to my word. At 50, I'm going to give away... I'm going to read the list. And if we hit 50, I will start giving away keys early, which actually reminds me that I need to pull up my bloomin' keys. Because the goal today is to give away as many keys as possible to the people who need it. So if you are here checking out Twitch TV, checking out Mini-Tournament 7, not Twitch TV, checking out Mini-Tournament 7 on Twitch TV in the hopes of receiving a beta key, there is hope in the near future. You will receive one, because I have many to give away. And I will be setting that up shortly. That's like the one thing that I forgot to do today. I was like, yes, I've got my stream set up. I've got my images set up. I did my vocal warm-ups, and all that kind of stuff. But I completely forgot to get my raffle stuff set up. So I'm going to be doing that right now. As soon as we get to 50 people, I will read the viewer list and begin raffling away what keys I have left. I feel bad. I've been telling people all week who came out to my stream, I was like, sorry guys, hanging on to all my keys so I can give them away to the people who show up for the tournament. Whew. Oh yeah. MJow123 is hopping on that really quick. So, if you guys need a key, just do what MJow did and type in !raffle, and I will be giving away keys throughout the course of the day. I would ask that you, if you already have beta access, not to compete for a key that from somebody who needs it. But again, that's up to your discretion. I can't prevent anyone from being mean on the internet. I can only make recommendations. I know some of you are entering because you have friends who need a key, right? Okay. Alright, sounds good. Oh, it looks like we have almost got our complete list of players up. I think we're just a couple short. Brackets will start being created here shortly. And meanwhile, I'm going to get my little set of tournament brackets updated so that I can ensure that I have the correct list of players now that they have been changed slightly. From what I understand, Tandori Bradis is not going to be with us today. Who else has not arrived? Looks like Believe in Steven was not able to make it. Compton EMT is here, however, which is excellent. Kreutzberg, Scroyan, check. Manser, check. Tybo, check. Magbob, check. Arcanite, Jedi, check. Rockefeller, check. Kylek, not here. Alright, so time to put in Dragon Senpai over there. Ruin is here. Helix is here. Lax, Mortal, and Extradomus is here. However, the Verrucht is not. So I believe we are waiting on one more player to enter the tourney, at which point we'll be able to finish up that last bracket. Oh man, you guys are seeing all this, aren't you? I had the wrong window up, but this is what the brackets are going to look like. These are not set in stone. The actual brackets will get updated here shortly. Excuse me, because I still thought that we were on this screen where all of you could just look at my friends list and not see all the things that I'm doing, but that's okay. We'll have the official brackets up here shortly, and the sad thing is that with the way that everybody is in this, no matter who you're up against first, it's going to be a tough battle. What we're going to be doing as far as how many matches we're streaming, we're going to be showing the first, during the first set, wherever we're, in the first bracket matches, I'm going to be picking one of the matches to showcase while we're doing this, and then after that, we'll be streaming every single match sequentially so that we don't miss any of the intense quarter, semi, and grand finals. So, those brackets were not real. Still working on that. Once the brackets get made, I will make sure that they are updated correctly. So as far as the rules and regulations, I see what you're asking, Modern Shoes. Modern Shoe asks, can people swap legends between rounds and matches? The answer to that is yes. The only rules that we have is that only 1v1 ladder matches are allowed, or ladder maps are allowed, so you can't do Grumpy Temple or Brawlhaven, or the other giant one. All matches will be played in ladder settings, so 3 stock, 8 minutes. Disconnects will not be granted a match restart due to time constraints. It's up to the winner's discretion whether or not to restart. Participants must join the BHCC to receive updates, which is where all of us are already, I would like to hope. And your scores for the matches must be reported using Xfire. So, players are going to be seated against each other based on their elo. So the first round is going to be non-stream, but all the rounds after that will be streamed. All will be played to best of 3, and unlike the Grand Tournament, this is a single elimination tournament. So if you screw up twice, you're done. So it should lead to some intense gameplay and hopefully some interesting results. I'm a firm believer in the fact that anything can happen in a tournament setting. And sometimes the people who are the favorite do not always come out on top. So we will have to see what happens today with all of that. We'll see if there are any interesting counter-pick strategies. I'm excited to see that. Right. Looks like our last contestant is just getting set up with his Xfire account, and we will see if that has been updated, and it has. I'm going to be fixing this up really quickly. Looks like Drake has decided to enter the fray, And once these players, now that they are all registered, once the brackets are created, I will be updating that list and we can take a look at the real brackets for what's going to be going down here in the near future. Oops. There's a lot of interesting and humorous things happening in chat right now. Too many for me to understand or interpret. And apparently I have my first person who has made a name just for me. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Just don't be too excited because my wife might kill you. Just saying. She has first dibs, and it happened a long time ago. Just gonna say. Oh, man. Alright. Waiting on the brackets. Xfire is working on refreshing at the moment. There is a lot of interesting smack talk going down in the competitive community chat. Apparently in the last 10 minutes, Compton managed to drop yet another rank, proving that Compton, along with myself and other players here, are all washed up. You know, it's hard when you play a game in beta and you've played it for so long that you're no longer good at it. Not quite sure how that works, but it's something that I have finally been privy to see the effect of, going from like the best to just among the best to just kind of okay. You know, and of course that's a big reason why I was really excited about being able to cast this, because like all other washed up professional video game players and esports people, you know, when you're washed up, you just become a caster. That's what you do. And so I'm excited to be making this transition. It's going to be a very interesting journey, and I'm glad that all of you are here to join me on the trail from competitive superstar to just, I know a lot about this game, I'm just going to talk about it now. That's going to be awesome. Alright guys, please stop with the witch hunts of Yison. We really don't need that right now. Please focus on the fact that we are running a tournament and not out to point out stuff about people, so please no more links or bad talk about specific members of the community, because that is not what the Brawlhalla community is all about. So I would prefer that we don't do that, and all of the rest of you, you know, we can always have a really good time binding together the fact that there's just so much that needs to get balanced, man. We can just complain about balance. Compton. Oh my goodness. My kids are up here screaming at me about how I shouldn't be playing Thatch because he's bad. You know, your kids are really smart, Compton. You should listen to them. Like, I gotta say, man, like, kids are smart. They don't mess around. They don't care about all the extra nonsense. They just cut straight to the truth. Straight to the truth. Straight to it. Alright. Looks like everyone is checked in. Our last people from the waitlist of excellence includes Maximus Maxi, Compton EMT, Dragon Senpai, and Drake K. Jellin, also known as Drake, also known as just the letter D with like a weird slash in it, because for some reason here in the new age of the internet, everybody feels like it's important to put umlauts over things, like, you know, because it makes it more unique or something. If you put like a umlaut, even if you're not from Germany, you know, just like toss a umlaut over something, and then it looks really cool. You know, so there is that, possibly. Unfortunately, guys, my little minion understands how this works when the door is closed. So who knows? He might make a surprise entrance at some point. Mikey might decide to like come bursting in here and say hello and hop on stream. But in the meantime, not really sure that that's gonna be happening much. We'll see. We will see. Well, now that you're checked in, Drake, the only thing that we need to do is wait on generating the brackets. You should be good to go. And then we will see how everything else occurs with the bracket building as soon as that is done. And then we can get these matches rolling. I'm strongly considering the fact that we need to move up like the check-in time like to 2 hours prior, and then the waitlist time to an hour prior. I think that's probably what's going to happen next time, because that would be pretty fair. Oh man, and I need to crack a window. Alright, so yeah, so my son is 7 years old. I forget because he's been around for so long. My son's 7 years old. I'm much better at Brawlhalla than he is. And recently I've gotten just good enough at Smash 4 to beat him in it. We were playing Smash 4 earlier this morning, and had some pretty good results. You know, I'm starting to feel the Zero Suit Samus action just a little bit. But he has not taken a Brawlhalla nearly as much as I have. Probably because he doesn't have his own PC. So, yeah. For your information, I am not that old. I mean, I'm old. I'm not that old. I'm not like 45 or anything. You guys. I swear it. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look and see who is currently in the Twitch chat. I'm going to read out this viewer list, and then we'll go ahead and give away our first key since we're still waiting on brackets. Once again, we have 1 Misfit 1, Atomic Rob 123, BB Boasting Toast, Blanched, Bobby 9, Compton EMT, Crash Omega 1, Doomgiver 60, Drake K. Jellin, Exodrom, Federsarg, I Like Cats to You, I Love You Raven, I'm Tybo, Jailed Dragon, JPEG Gamer, Kreuzberg, Lax Mortal, Magmabot, Maximus Maxi, MJow123, Modern Shoe, Mr. Manser, Nom Pancakes, On Tilt, Polka Dots, PG Not 13, Ruin BW, Scrimmage 10, Sir Pots and Pans, The Bitter But Sweet, The Truck Thunders, Tool, She, DSC, Weird Jacob, XX Fob XX, Zack Attack 3000, and The Holy Pale. So if you guys want to sign up for a beta key, we are going to be raffling away that here shortly. Go ahead and check out, just type in !raffle into the chat, and I will be going ahead and giving away this key in just a few moments. If you do win, my little helpful Moobot will announce it in chat, and then I will send you the key via Twitch messaging. Afterwards, I'll just continue to raffle stuff out throughout the day whenever I seem to get bored, and that is all you need to know. That is all you need to know. Free keys for everyone. Go for the money, stay for the keys. Come for the competition, and I don't know, stick around for all the smack talk. Who's to say? Alright, that seems like that's about everybody who is interested in this section. Let's go ahead and draw, and it looks like the winner is Scrimmage 10 has won the raffle. Congratulations to Scrimmage 10. Your Brawlhalla beta key will be appearing shortly in your Twitch inbox. I hope that you enjoy. Make sure you check your spam message folders because it frequently ends up in there. And things are good to go. Alright, so it looks like our brackets are in. Some matches are starting. I'm going to be rearranging our brackets accordingly so that we can all see where everybody is ending up in just a few moments. Once I have all of this set up, we will try to get into one of these matches so that we can check out some of the action that's happening here early on at the beginning stages of the tournament. And I'm now suddenly annoyed that people have signed up for the tournament on Xfire with names different from their Steam names. But hey, you know, what are you gonna do? What do we have here? Alright, well, we'll just figure that out in a moment. Sorry guys, just trying to make sure that I get everything correct here on these matches and that I do not have anything out of place before you get the big reveal. So that will be coming along here shortly. Oh, I feel like I am missing something crucial. Ah, that's what it is. All right. Have that over there, and finally, in the last moments, alright, this should be set up all together pretty well. Let's go ahead and save this really quick, and I will have the brackets up in just a moment. We'll take a quick look at the brackets, and then we will try to hop in a match here. So let's go ahead and look at this really quick. Alright, so this is how it's laid out. We've got I'm Tybo versus Drake Jellin, Exodromus versus Arcanite Jedi, Scroyan versus Zaloxery, or rather Scroyan versus Helix, excuse me. Pots and Pans versus LAX Mortal, Kreutzberg versus Compton EMT, Rockefeller 35 versus Magma Bob Manser versus Maximus Maxi, and then Ruin versus Dragon Senpai. So, I believe these are all in the correct order, or at least as close as possible. And actually, I think I might have a few things that need more adjustment, but we will be updating that in just a moment. For now, what I'm going to be doing is we're going to go back to the game, and we're going to hop in one of these matches and see what we can see. So one of the things that I'm interested the most in is bothering Compton while he's in this tournament. He is up against Kreutzberg, but I'm thinking that we should go ahead and check out how Ruin is doing in his match. And we have a Ruin versus Dragon Senpai Hattori v Hattori match happening right now. We've got Ruin happily with the samurai hat. And this is something that I was expecting to see a lot of today, is a lot of Hattoris playing against each other. In the recent patch, Hattori has definitely become a fan favorite again, and what's interesting to see is that Dragon Senpai actually has a little bit of a lead. Now, he is using a really common tactic recently, using the shenanigan area to his advantage, and Ruin with a nice recovery, able to get back on stage with a delayed uppercut. Alright, so I'm hoping that we won't see too many Hattori v Hattori battles today, but You know, considering that the first match of the day is Hattori v Hattori, we might be this might be a sign, ladies and gentlemen, that we're going to be seeing a lot of this. But let's see. We're getting pretty close to the first knockout here. Trying to stay safe in the shenanigan area. Very hard to do against a sword. Nice air tilt coming out from Dragon. And can he finish it off? Oh! Oh, that was so close. Really, really difficult edge guarding situations and recovery times for everybody. One of the things you do have to be careful about playing against Hattori. Nice weapon toss, no damage, but good knockback, making the recovery safe. And let's see, it's coming down to one hit. Who's going to be able to get the first knockout on stream at the Mini-Tournament 7? Will it be Ruin or will it be Dragon? Cast your vote now! Alright, Dragon once again in the shenanigan area. Ruin trying to maintain some map control. One more hit. Will he be able to edge guard successfully? Dragon Senpai goes underneath but runs out of movement. Trying to trade away safety. And instead just falls to his doom. Alright, so let's see how well Ruin can map control here. Senpai is finally able to pick up a weapon. Goes for the signature move and gets the knockout. Alright. Another 2v2 matchup here, 2-2. Scores are even, but Senpai with a slight lead. Ruin's able to grab a sword, and now we should be able to see a lot of mirror action once again. I know not everyone is planning to play Hattori today, but while I was talking with some of the competitors last evening in my stream, they mentioned that quite a few of them are going with Hattori. Ruin's doing a pretty good job of keeping Senpai in the air. Oh, and Senpai loses out on the dodge in down light approach. And there's the execution from Ruin, sending him down to his death from full screen with a sword down light. The 3-force on this character is being put to amazing work right now. Alright, couldn't help it. I had to toss one in. I'll stop with that now. Alright, let's see. Ruin's trying to do a good job of staying close to the important gadgets. Picks up the weapon, prioritizing that over the mine. Senpai goes for the dive kick and whiffs. Ruin just trying to maintain his advantage. Doesn't really have to worry too much about the gadgets right now. Now that they both have weapons, though, the fight is once again on equal ground. Senpai going for the signature move, gets knocked out of it. Is Ruin going to be able to lock down the 2-stock here? We'll see. He's got 2 bombs to guard. Nice combo coming out from Ruin. Senpai dodges through the down light. Misses the combo follow-up. Bomb toss, artfully jumped away from. And up, the weapon toss misses. Senpai's still in a rough situation here. He's going to go underneath. Snags himself a weapon. Everybody being cautious, trying to go in for those careful hits. See your comment, Modern Shoe. I apologize for that. Oh, and once again, Senpai just runs out of recovery movement and isn't able to make it back up to the stage. Not sure if that was game 1 or 2. That was Ruin versus Dragon Senpai. Alright, let's see what else we have going on out here. Can I get out of here, please? Alright. Let's see if we can't hop into another match really quick. Looks like we can check out Taibo versus D. They are choosing a legend. And we will see what happens next. Hey, AG McLeod. How's it going, man? Thank you for coming out to the stream today, and I hope you enjoy watching the tournament. Not sure if this match is wrapped up or not, but we will see here shortly. Who else do we have? Alright, looks like Arcanet Jedi is inside of a match. Let's go ahead and see how he is doing right now. Oh, and it's coming down to one last hit for Hattori with Extromos versus Arcanet Jedi. Now the question is, can he avoid the damage? This is a dangerous situation for anyone to be in when you're red and the other guy's in white. Everything you do has to be incredibly safe. It's not that Hattori can't pull it off. It's very difficult to do against a Lance. You can see Arcanet Jedi is just playing pretty conservatively, trying to make sure he can maintain his lead. Not wanting to let EXO get any free hits. And you know, a lot of people have been talking about Orion lately, and there's a lot of speculation that Orion's going to be a top tier contender once he gets his new signature moves are really the only thing that's been holding him back. And we can see that Arcanite Jedi is just looking for a way to finish. Exo is trying to play really safely, knowing that he can get free damage if Arcanite tries to come down in the shenanigan area. And both players are just trying to stay as calm as possible. Arcanite throws away his weapon, lands the dive kick though. Goes for the signature move, hoping to catch him out, but he doesn't, and the air tilt seals the deal, closing it out, putting Arcanite Jedi up 1-0. All right. Oh, that is some good stuff. So I'm going to go back to updating the brackets and make sure that I actually have all of these in the correct order. And once we do that, I will give you the update as it is showing on Xfire. And I just want to make sure that I have all of these positions correctly so that I believe I screwed a couple of these up in order, just so that I can ensure that everybody is actually going to be playing everyone, because the Xfire bracket layout is slightly different from what I have on screen for me, but that shouldn't matter too much. In the long run. So I will get these brackets updated as soon as the results start pouring in. And then from here out, we will be seeing every match as it is confirmed here forward. It's just going to be a little bit interesting because I didn't consider the fact that I was going to have to recreate the bracket layout. But that's fine. All right, so I will be updating this in just a moment. We do actually have our first result in. Looks like Kreutzberg has won out over Compton EMT in the very first match with a 2-0 victory. Something not unexpected from Kreutzberg, the winner of our grand tournament, in which we had over 100 people. But we can see from the brackets here that Kreutzberg has moved ahead. And actually what I am going to do so that we can keep chat up for now is go ahead and put the brackets on screen so you guys can see me as I update them. And we will be getting more of this information in shortly. Alright, let's take another look at Xfire. See if we have any more results in. Not just yet. Still waiting for some players to report. Alright, looks like we have another update. We have Pots and Pans going 2-0 over LAX Mortal. So we're going to move Pots and Pans up. And it also looks like I Am Tybo beat out Drake in the first round. Some of these results, I'm afraid to say, are kind of expected. I mean, I've said for a while that the difference between the people who are in the top 5 and the people in the top 50 is very vast. And it's just one of those things right now with the very small pool of players that sometimes the difference between someone who's ranked 30 and ranked 20 is actually a pretty big delta. I kind of wish that I could have watched these matches to see just how good or just how detailed they were. What is this box hiding here? I don't need that box. Get out of here, box. Alright, we have another update. Ruin wins out against Dragon Senpai. We did see the first match of that battle, and we did see that those were pretty close. So now we are just waiting on to hear from the rest of it. Will there be skin giveaways? There will not be skin giveaways. Unfortunately, I did not get any skins for today's event. But that is something that I think that we are going to try and get for one of the next larger tournaments that we end up doing. So, Scrimmage 10, I do play against viewers pretty frequently. Thanks for asking. I do stream Brawlhalla 2 to 3 nights a week, so usually on Monday and Wednesday nights is when I'm streaming Brawlhalla. So yeah, just hit me up. I'm happy to play games. What I am going to do now, though, in between the rest of the updates, is I'm going to check our raffle entries, and we are going to see about who else is going to get a beta key, and it looks like our winner is Doomgiver60. So Doomgiver60, I believe that you are still here in chat since you signed up for the raffle. I'm sending you a Brawlhalla beta key right now. It will be in your Twitch messages, and that is all that you have to do. So, for those of you who have not entered the raffle yet, I will be raffling away keys for the rest of the tournament. If you do want to enter, just hit !raffle, and you'll be entered in automatically for beta key happiness throughout the day. So, if you guys are here because you were trying to get a key earlier or what have you, it's a good place to go. Alright, so it looks like we have the next update in. We've got Scroyan over Helix. Or rather, excuse me while I get this name correct, this is actually Zelo Exery. Names are very important. Alright. And let's see who else has reported. We've got Ruin over Dragon Senpai, and I believe Maxi just mentioned in the Twitch chat that he lost out to Mancer, which is not unexpected. Mancer is a fantastic player. I believe he's ranked 3 right now. Really interested to find out who's going to win in these matches between Rockefeller and Magma Bob and Extromos and Arcanite Jedi. Yep. You know, for as much as we all like to talk crap about Joes, they are the first clan in Brawlhalla that was ever made, and they do practice quite a lot. So, it is to be expected. We are considering talking to the clan leaders of Jotunheimer about limiting the amount of people they send to these tournaments, because it kind of looks a little sketchy for the community if it's like all Joe people. Like, it kind of defeats the point of a clan if like there aren't any other rival clans. So, you know, there is Glow, which is another one, but there's only like 2 guys from that clan who actually play Brawlhalla. There really aren't a lot of very large active ones. So, I don't know. It's good though. We got to start somewhere, and at this point in beta, the fact that there is a clan that has like 40 or 50 people is pretty awesome. Like, a lot of games in closed beta don't have this kind of activity and enthusiasm just yet. So, with all of that in mind, it's not that big of a deal. And you know, like, I know a lot of these guys. I think I have played with just about everyone on this bracket list, and they are all awesome people. So, you know, we'll see. We will see. Let me see if I have any more updates here on Xfire to find out who has done what. So far, it seems like Kreutzberg and Compton are the only people who've officially reported their scores. Remember, everyone, that if you fought and finished your matches, that you need to go back to Xfire and enter your score into the tournament brackets so that we can make sure everything is done properly and appropriately. Otherwise, the Holy Pale may have a giant heart attack. So, it looks like some people are having trouble with Xfire, but that's okay. Brawlhalla is actually runs less Brawlhalla runs with less system requirements than the Xfire website does, but you know, that's neither here nor there. Alright, so I'm seeing in the competitive chat that Xdromos has moved on, in addition to Magma Bob coming out over Rockefeller. Alright, so this is good stuff. I'm going to get this image saved really quick. Thank you for putting up with my Illustrator while I get this fixed. I'm a tournament noob. I do not have fancy overlays or transitions like Compton. If you guys want the production value, you can go over there. I'm just really good at running my mouth. All right, let's go ahead and switch this back up. And let's take a quick look at tournament brackets one last time. All right, so this is where it stands at the moment. We've got I'm Tybo, Extromos, Skroyan, Pots and Pans, Manser, Ruin, Magma Bob, and Kreutzberg all moving forward. So I'm really interested to see how these matches play out. I know that about half of these guys are playing Hattori and the other half aren't, so we should be able to get some interesting matches in between these players. I'm Tybo versus Extromos. That might be a Hattori Mirror matchup. I'm not sure if Kreutzberg is still playing Lucian. I would imagine that he is. Magma Bob mains Orion, so we can expect some Orion play out of him. Manser has been maining Vrax, and I know that he's also been experimenting with some other characters of the cast, so he might be pulling out a counter pick. Ruin has expressed to me that he will be playing Hattori today, as did Skroyan. And Pots and Pans, I'm expecting to see him on Cassidy, but I could be wrong. We might be seeing, his traditional Scarlet unarmed play. Excuse me for the sudden startup stream. And I'm seeing stuff in chat. So the Truck Thunders, I'm just doing monitor capture on Illustrator really quick. What I am doing, and then I just have the file saved, so that everybody can see the nice big bracket size. I'm going to find out from tournament organizer who we are going to be seeing next, and I am briefly going to be making a room where all of this happiness is going to happen while we all take one last look at the beautiful brackets. Yeah. Custom made by yours truly. So, yeah, worked on that last night. Also wrote a song about Jotunheimer. All right, let's go ahead and get psyched. Get ready for the rest of the streamed matches for today, which is going to be pretty sweet. Now the question is, how do I not know how to do this? Oh, man. And of course, at the exact moment that I need it, everything is freaking out. Alright, so I'm going to be getting the room set up for the upcoming matches. That is all going to get delightfully fixed. And everything is gonna be sweet. So I hope you guys are excited about this as I am. I'm really excited to be able to check out these matches and see who's able to come out on top, because I think that between a lot of these guys, the skill level is incredibly close, and we are probably going to be seeing some of the best competition to date in these matches. Not to mention with the new netcode improvements, everything is going to be a lot more smooth than it was in the past, and so we shouldn't have as many complaints about lag now that the netcode's been vastly improved. Just getting everything set up together here in chat. Wondering why my headphones are only coming in through one ear. Okay, that's better. And oh my. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and start getting people into the tournament room here shortly. And we will get this show on the road. I'll find out who we have going first, and then we will be able to move forward. So,
custom.
Oh man. Okay, give me a second. Sorry for the delays, everybody. This one is all on me. So,
Custom.
Just having some interesting challenges with Twitch. Not Twitch, with Steam rather. Alright. And as soon as my Steam overlay stops freaking out, we'll get in here and we will start figuring out how everybody is going to be doing as they come together here in the quarterfinals, right? Because that's already where we're at, which is pretty sweet. Looks like we are going to be having Tybo versus Exo first, which is going to be most excellent. Just going to be setting the rule set here really quick, and then we can get everybody in. So I hope you guys are excited for the first full-on matches. Once again, this is a 1v1 best of 3 stock 8-minute rule set matchup. And we are first going to be seeing Jotunheimer I'm Tybo versus Jotunheimer Exodromus, or Exo for short. And actually, he is going by Exo today. So we will see how he fares today. Alright, so it looks like we have the players in the room. I'm going to let them know that they can start whenever they are ready, and we will cover the first quarterfinal match. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Alright, so here we go. We have Hattori and Bodvar. Tybo versus Exo coming down here in the stadium. And here we go, it begins. It begins. Tybo, the first to pick up a weapon, goes for the toss, trying to prevent Exo from picking up his hammer, but isn't able to stop him in time. We should be seeing a lot of very aggressive play from Tybo on his Hattori, but Exo is looking to stay pretty safe, trying to use the shenanigan area to his best advantage. And so far not able to put enough damage down in retaliation on Tybo. Trying to use the mine to space him out a little bit. Being very cautious about recovering. Tybo with great map control right now. Tossing the weapon, making sure to limit Exo's options, and these days going unarmed against the sword is a very difficult uphill battle, and Exo just has not been lucky with the map spawns. Picks up a bomb, tries to use it to create some space. Once again picks up the hammer, hoping he can bring Tybo over the edge. And trying to stay safe. Tybo being very smart with his attacks, however. Not yet once being pulled out by a hammer attack. Good dodge punish there from Exo. Nice setup using the bomb to force the dodge. Finally picks up a sword, but at this stage it doesn't matter. Tybo gets the first knockout. Alright, so Hattori is up in this battle between Viking and Ninja. And Tybo again, just with the map pressure, trying to prevent Exo from getting any of these items. Just constant dodging back and forth. Exo's trying to stay safe. Does pick up a weapon there at the edge of the map. Can he catch Hattori out? That is the question. Tybo is in a very steady attack, dodge rhythm right now. Exo's doing a really good job defensively, but he's just not able to create any openings right now. Can he turn this one around? Tybo coming back into the shenanigan area. Exo gets a scoop, keeps him down. Not enough damage coming out from the hammer up and down vertical attacks to make too much of a difference. And once again, Exo is weaponless. Ooh, just barely lands the edge of the dive kick there. Picks up the landmine. Goes for the toss. Neatly dodged through. And Tybo now with the spear. Careful edge recovery. Tybo not playing as aggressively as he normally does, looking instead to play a little bit safer. Usually he would go off the edge there and try to chase down his opponent for a solid knockout, but not this time. Oh, tries to use the Valkyria Horn for a setup, but Exo knocks him out of it. Good air tilt. Nice recovery move. Neatly dodges the weapon, gets hit by the light spear attack, and now Bodvar is once again in the deep red. Oh, misses the ground pound. Exo able to make it back up to the platform. Oh, and he gets the knockout off the double down light. Just not able to recover from Tybo. But he still has a pretty big advantage right now. We'll see if he can maintain it. From what I understand, this is Tybo's first Brawlhalla tournament. I'm not sure if he played in the Grand one, and Exo just falls to his death, running out of recovery. I'm not sure what that was all about. But now Tybo is back up by a whole stock. So we'll see if Exo can turn this one around or not. Misses the opportunity for an unarmed combo. Again, for the dive kick setups. Very smart play. Trying to use those gadgets to his advantage. Tybo just chasing down everything, trying to prevent any kind of weapon pickup advantage at all. He knows that as soon as Exo gets a weapon, he has to play differently. And this is just it's just looking really strong for Tybo right now. I'm not really sure what Exo can do to make some space. Tybo's just playing really, really defensively while also attacking, which, while sounding counterintuitive, we can see from the rhythm. And oh, early health kill coming out. Can Exo turn this around? Can it happen? Oh, gets the down light but misses the follow-up. Now he hits it. There's the combo, using the hammer to stop the progression forward. He's trying to do his own little bit of map control right now. Can he keep Hattori from grabbing a weapon? And he does not. Hattori picks up the spear. Great response to the hammer right now. And Exo goes for the sword. Tybo is on low health. One signature move here could knock it out, but we haven't seen Exo use either of Bodvar's signatures throughout the course of the match. One down light could finish it. Back in safe areas. Hattori trying to do some attrition damage using the safe spear neutral air to attack in the air. Alright, it's the spacing game now. Who's going to come out? Exo in dangerously low health. Trying to play safe using the corners to his advantage. Oh, knocks him out of the signature move. And now there's no weapon. Is this going to be it? Can Exo get the knockout? Tybo goes for a ground pound. Gets knocked out of the heavy move. Dive kick. Oh, there's the air tilt. Can Exo close it out? Can he close it out? And he does. Exo comes out on top with an interesting edge guard technique, and Exo takes the first game. What an unexpected turnaround. Great job from Exo, staying calm under pressure and just sticking through it. Alright, so they're going straight into match 2. We'll see if we end up on Stadium again, and we do. This seems to be the preferred stadium, preferred map of choice for a lot of the newer breed of Brawlhalla players who've come out since ranked 1v1 became a thing. And it looks now like Exo is really pressing his confidence levels. He's got the momentum from winning the last match, and he is not willing to let it go. And unexpected from Tybo right there. It looked almost as if he had some sort of input issue as he just went off the edge there. So Exo just knows the mental position that he's in right now. And I mean, momentum is a huge thing in a tournament. If you lose a match, the amount of nerves that you get from that loss is huge. And that might be something that Tybo is feeling right now. Because while he has a lot of ranked 1v1 experience, he does not have a lot of tournament experience. And we'll see if Tybo's able to recover from this. He grabs himself a spear. We're going to see if he can space it out. Exo is still playing incredibly safe. Trying to use that shenanigan area to the best of his abilities. Getting those safe around the corner attacks with the sword. Interesting combination of dodges coming out from both players. Trying to mix it up a little bit, but we're still seeing a lot of really common tactics. I mean, the sword v sword matches are not the most interesting in the world. It is a battle of spacing, and who will mess up their positioning first? Exo goes for the hammer, goes for the air neutral, but misses it. Not quite able to get the combo at that level of health. And once again, sword v sword, air tilts and downlights all day. Tybo trying to mix it up with the signature move, but isn't able to connect. Just wanted to point out really quick. Oh, and the down light suddenly seals it through the platform. Unexpected and sudden. And Exo is 2 whole stocks ahead at this point. driving it home with the air down light attacks. Suddenly starting to think that he might have an advantage he didn't think he had before. Tybo just fell completely to that relentless assault of down lights, and you can see, I mean, oh, good knockout using the double recovery moves from Tybo, closing the gap just a little bit. Exo is just going ham right now. You can see that confidence level that he didn't have in the first few minutes of the first match is totally back in form. And we will see, will he be able to close it out? I mean, in the first match, we were in a very similar situation where Tybo was up by a whole stock, so who knows? Oh, and Exo, once again, falls to his doom after trying to get a little too fancy with the air movement and recovery, not touching a wall before coming back up. And that is one of the dangerous things that happens when you're trying to think too much about how you can mind game your opponent, and suddenly you're out of recovery moves. All right, so we're back down 1-1. I mean, just like I was saying, anything could happen at this point. Tybo or Exo, who's going to be able to seal the deal? Now, if Tybo wins, we will go to the final best-of-3 match. If Exo's able to close it out here, that will be it. Single elimination. Tybo with some good standing neutral attacks. Oh my goodness, and the combos coming out from Tybo. Seals the deal, and we're on to a match 3. On to a match 3. I don't know if I'd exactly call this a Game of Thrones, ladies and gentlemen, but this is exactly what I was hoping to see. Unexpected results, intense matches, and incredibly good competition from some of the best players in Brawlhalla. So I gotta say, that was a pretty good way to end it. Let's see. Is that loss going to impact Exo's confidence level? I am not sure. We'll find out. He's going for a lot of unarmed moves, just completely disrespecting the spear right there. Goes for the slow bomb toss, able to lay down the damage. That's 31 free points of damage right there. Not that it matters because Tybo is coming back aggressively. So, oh, the early down light. Will that finish? Nope, but some very aggressive edgeguard play coming out. You can see that Exo wants this. He is not willing to hesitate. And we can see Tybo's also starting to rely on slightly different moves, using the air down light from the spear for a quick pogo effect. But will it matter? And it does not. Exo with the first knockout, using the air neutral to seal it. Let's see. Tybo goes straight for a weapon, turns around with a nice unarmed heavy attack, uses the signature to catch, but Exo is able to dodge out of it. He picks himself up a hammer, and we will see what happens next. Tybo with those air neutrals on the spear is just doing great, great work for him. And this time, I'm not sure if we can rely on either of these players to make a mistake. You know, both of them had very unusual falls in Game 2, and a nice use of the down heavy, and that pretty much equalized it. Tybo versus Exo. This is getting pretty even right now. I'm sure the players are feeling the nerves. Both players going for the downlight sword combos, and Tybo able to connect more than once with it. Health is pretty even. And air tilts all day. These sword battles. Use the right move, hope the other guy messes up the positioning, or take advantage of a paused moment. And it's one of those scenarios where you cannot hesitate, and Tybo is able to get the knockout using his aggressive signature edge guarding techniques of just being in your face the entire time, not making it matter if you get back up to the platform or not. So can Exo come back from this? He is down by a whole stock. Not too far from a knockout. If he lands a signature move, one more hit here, and he should be able to do this. Oh, but messes up the edge guard. Tybo with the quick response, once again trying to go for the double neutral combo. And now here we go. Tybo's just going to maintain map control, and looks like Exo is closing it out. All right, a little bit of a unexpected ending there, but looks like Exo is willing to hand over the win to Tybo and graciously admit defeat. So this is what I like to see, this post-game chatter where it's like, Respect between players, man. Look at all that respect. That's just good stuff. Just really good stuff. Alright, so great first match coming out today on Brawlhalla. Let's go ahead and update those brackets so that we can see who moves up and who does not. So that is I'm Tybo over Exodromos, and we can look forward to I'm Tybo playing either Pots and Pans or Skroyan in the semifinals. That will be very awesome to see. So let's go ahead and get on back to Brawlhalla, and we are going to get the next group of competitors in here for the next match. And it should be Skroyan versus Pots. Wait. Yes. Alright, so the players are coming in. It's going to be fantastic. Now, Pots and Pans is known for having an incredibly unique style of play. Skroyan, I believe, is the best player in the game. But that's just my personal opinion. Hey, Dylan Bongo, thanks for swinging by. You have entered the zone for Mini-Tournament number 7, Brightest Day, Blackest Night, where the craziest Brawlhallans in the world come together to fight in a battle of rivals, of blood, guts, and other things. And this is currently where we stand on all of this. So we are going to see Skroyan versus Pots and Pans coming up. The match down here in the bottom left side of the screen. The competitors are coming on into the room right now, momentarily. So once they are locked in and ready to go, we will get this show under the road, and we can see what type of tactics people are going to bring out in this battle of Joes. In a battle of Joes, Joe always wins. So, we can't get too salty. But I'm really excited to see this match. I have a lot of respect for both of these players. They both defeat me on the regular, and I am excited to find out which one of these Joe bros will win in this match. So, let's see what happens. Looks like we've got Pots and Pans on Cassidy, Skroyan on Hattori. And I will say Pots and Pans has gotten incredibly good at Cassidy. I'm looking forward to seeing some of his sweet tech coming out here in this match, but we are underway. Skroyan with some early map control, picking up the bomb, and Cassidy now on guns. And we'll see if Pots and Pans' interesting style of unarmed play can beat out Skroyan's Hattori, who came as number 2 in the Grand Tournament. Oh, and an incorrect dodge from Skroyan means that he takes a whole bunch of damage, but the map control here, another mine toss coming out from Pots and Pans, and you know, that is one of the things that Pots and Pans is probably better at than anyone else, is figuring out how to aim those weapon tosses at close range. It's just very good predictive reads on that. And right now, pretty even in health life. Pots using his interesting downlight tech on the hammer, and Skroyan just not able to recover. Pots and Pans takes the first stock. Very interesting. Let's see if Pots and Pans can maintain this lead. He's maintaining use of his quick attacks on the hammer, trying to use the forward lights and down lights to punish those approaches. Cassidy's fast attack speed really helping her out in this Hattori matchup. We'll see if she can lay down some more damage before the inevitable knockout. And there it is, the inevitable knockout. Skroyan with the well-placed forward heavy attack on the spear. I will say that Skroyan uses those moves with great precision. Looked like he was actually going for Tybo's combo there right now with the double air neutral spear attacks, but just wasn't able to connect with it. Got more map control going on. Skroyan denying weapons to Pots and Pans all day long, but he gets lucky with a spawn, able to hit a quick signature move, and the lasso coming out for quick damage from Pots. Nice work, putting Hattori down into the orange. Skroyan slightly on the back foot now. Ooh, and the quick knockout from Pots and Pans on Cassidy, using the signature move to close the deal. Alright, let's see if Skroyan can close the gap now. I'm not sure how much experience Scroyen and Pots and Pans have playing against each other, but Scroyen is a guy who relies pretty heavily on reads and understanding the playstyle of his opponent, and Pots and Pans is just really difficult to deal with if you're not, even if you are used to his playstyle, he's still difficult to deal with. So another bomb taking out Scroyen. This is not looking good for my brother from Brazil. Scroyen going for a weapon. Let's see if he can at least equalize down to 1 stock each. A few more hits and Hattori is going to be in the red though. Down light attack and a forward light. Interesting combination there. Ooh, Pots and Pans baiting out the approach and punishing with a signature move. Quick action from Cassidy. Pots and Pans is weaponless but doesn't care. Closes it out with a forward heavy. And Pots and Pans takes a convincing first round over Scroyen, the runner-up in the Grand Tournament. So Pots and Pans was not playing at this level 3 to 5 weeks ago. When did we have the Grand Tournament? Like 4 weeks ago? I'm not sure. But this is like next level gameplay stuff from Pots, man. That was scary. Alright, let's go ahead and see what happens next. Will Scroyen be able to turn this around? Scroyen, I believe, is one of the most intelligent players in the Brawlhalla community in the way that he thinks about the game, and we'll see if he's able to adjust his playstyle after losing the first match. I've seen stranger things, but these combos from Pots and Pans are just so fast and unexpected. Scroyen taking a lot of damage. There we go. First hit coming out from Scroyen. Oh, but gets picked off with the air tilt. Oh, nice grab from Pots and Pans, knocking Scroyen to his doom. Straight through the platform. Doesn't even matter. Pot says, I have a hammer. I don't even care. I got hammers. Alright, so let's see if Scroyen can turn this around. The challenge with playing against Pots is that he knows exactly just how much speed he has. Doesn't dodge nearly as frequently as a lot of other players, and because of that, the aggression is very unexpected. Scroyen going to try and get some quick damage. Pot's just shooting for that heavy unarmed follow-up again, knowing that if he can land it, he's got almost a knockout. First time we've seen him on guns, and quick knockout coming out, using the wall to ride it up for the execution off the top of the stage. Alright, down light into scoop, into secondary scoop. Beautiful combo from Pots and Pans. I need to go back to the training room with Cassidy. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling inspired after this. Good combo from Scroyen, tossing him off to the edge. Not able to edge guard as effectively as he would like, and Pots running out of movement falls to his doom. Maybe a little bit of tournament nerves. I mean, Pots can feel it. It's coming close, but Scroyen isn't ready to give up yet. Stranger things have happened at these tournaments, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if Scroyen is able to play this one smartly or not. Pots and Pans trying to stay grounded, knowing that he has more speed when he's on the ground. Scroyen trying to recognize where the gaps are. Unable to find it, though. Almost gets scooped. That would have been a kill right there. Oh, let's see if Scroyen can press this advantage. And he does! Sealing the knockout. It's down 1-1. Oh, that was a very close bomb toss. Pots knows all he needs to do is land one signature move. Maybe two signature moves, and he can close this out. Scroyen knows he has to play very safely. Oh, and he gets picked off by the signature move. And Pots and Pans closes it out, taking the match over Scroyen in an unexpected turn of events. Excellent match coming out from both of these players, Pots and Pans versus Scroyen. Really good stuff. I love seeing Cassidy being played like this. This is awesome. The stuff that was going on in that match. I mean, next level tech right here, ladies and gentlemen. Next level tech. Pots and Pans on Cassidy. Super good. And once again, this is part of the reason why I have a lot of respect for these players. is the friendly banter after these matches. It just brings joy to my heart. Alright, so it looks like in the next match we're going to be seeing I'm Tyvo and Pots and Pans in the semifinals. It's going to be very interesting. But next up, we're going to have either Kreutzberg versus Magma Bob or Mancer versus Ruin. We will see which one of those guys ends up moving on to the semifinals. So I will find out who our next contestants are here in a moment. And in the meantime, I will bring those brackets back up one last time. You know, Dylan Bongo, I do not know when I'm getting my sub button, but I hope to get it soon. In order to do that, you guys have to help me out with that because my channel, the Brawlhalla community grows at a very slow rate, and most of you guys who are awesome enough to come out here and watch my stuff are Brawlhallans. So it grows slowly, but I'm excited about the opportunity to be able to present to you guys regardless of whether or not I have a sub button. Now, I do have a follow button, so if you are having a good time, please do feel free to follow, and I am going to be giving away another key here shortly before the next match. So if you guys want a beta key, just type in !raffle into the chat, and I will go ahead and put you in to the raffle, and I will give away another key before this next match starts. It does look like we are going to be having Magma Bob versus Kreutzberg, which should be very interesting because I think Orion has all the right tools to deal with Lucian, but I'm not sure if anyone has the right tools to deal with Kreutzberg. And that is just something that we're going to have to see if Magma Bob is able to do before all of this comes to a startling conclusion. So it looks like our players are in. I'm going to try to do this raffle real quick. And it looks like who we have is Croit BH. Congratulations to Croit BH. You have won a beta key. So all I would ask is that if you already have a key, to give this to a friend or loved one. And enjoy. You should be receiving that in your Twitch inbox here momentarily. And in the meanwhile, we are going to be seeing Kreutzberg versus Magma Bob. Alright, so this should be very good. When they're ready, they are going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to switch on back over to that screen. Bum, bum, bum. Hey! Alright, so this one I'm actually going to simultaneously attempt to record because we are going to be taking a short 5-minute break between the quarterfinals and the semifinals because if I don't have a cigarette again, I will cry a lot. I will be sad. Despite being office bound all day, that would be sweet. Alright, so it looks like Kreutzberg is slightly delayed, so while that's happening, I'll just go ahead and raffle away another key. Because I can do that all day. Alright, so it looks like the next winner for the key is Crash Omega 1. Congratulations to Crash Omega 1. You will be receiving a Brawlhalla key here shortly. And I hope that you enjoy. Alright, it does look like Kreutzberg is back up. And this match should be going underway here shortly. As predicted, we've got Kreutzberg on Lucian, Magma Bob on Orion. And this is going to be sweet. You know, I'm really excited about casting something that is not someone versus a ninja, or Hattori versus a Hattori with a slightly different hat. So, this should be a very exciting match. Really excited to see how Kreutzberg fares after the new guns rework, to see if that has really changed the devastation that is Kreutzberg on Lucian. We will see. We will see. Alright. I am going to reset the raffle right now, so if you guys do want to enter, just make sure that you type !raffle, and we are going to stop talking about that and start paying attention to this match. Magma Bob versus Kreuzberg, Lucian versus Orion, Magma Bob landing the first hit of the match and picking up a lance. So this is going to be really interesting to see who is going to be able to come out on top. Magma Bob's putting down some good damage early on. Kreuzberg, meanwhile, trying to find an opening. Finally gets in, gets some damage down. Magma Bob using those air neutrals on the lance to his advantage. Knowing that's one of the better options he's got against the Blades, and building out a pretty significant damage lead right now. Trying to go for the Valkyria horn, but with some unarmed attacks instead. Really needing to pick up a weapon if he's going to deal with the unarmed, and oh! Interesting air tilt. Unexpected from Magma Bob. Those are just the type of things that can take players by surprise. Rocket Lance air tilt once again coming out. Not sure about that edge guard decision. And closing down the gap from Kreuzberg. Who's going to be able to get this first knockout? Get that momentum advantage. So Magma Bob goes sailing over the edge. Kreuzberg was able to read that attack like a book. Nice toss coming out to make some space. Let's see. It's only going to take one force attack to make this happen. What's it going to be? Oh man, this is intense. You can see the people want this. Magma Bob still going for his things, goes in the shenanigan area and misses. Risky move. Sometimes it's just got to be done. Oh, random hit back by the bounce on the spike ball. Not expecting that from Kreuzberg. Good dodge through the toss. Still gets picked off by the weapon. Spike ball once again, trying to go for the soft setups with that. And desperately trying to get a hold of the weapon. Picks up a spear. Oh, and picks off Kreuzberg with the signature move. Using it the way only Magma Bob can, and then coming in for some quick unarmed damage off of the respawn. Good use of the lance to punish the unarmed movement. And Magma Bob once again still going for the air neutrals. We'll see if Kreuzberg is able to come back and close this out. Now Kreuzberg is in set. Oh, nice knockout coming up off of the recovery move for Kreuzberg. Making this a little bit more even. Magma Bob going for the old school dive kick. Takes a lot of damage for his troubles. Goes for the mind toss. Once again, missing it. Kreuzberg just trying to keep up the pressure right now. Able to do so very well. Goes for the heavy move. Just misses it. Magma Bob knows the spear isn't going to do a whole lot for him against the guitars. Goes back for the lance, but looks like Kreuzberg has already adapted to those neutral air lance shenanigans that Magma Bob has been using to good effect. Nice advanced attack coming out from Magma Bob, using the downlight on the lance to go through the platform area. And let's see. I haven't seen any signature moves come out of Kreuzberg just yet. We'll see if he's able to use any of those to his advantage or not. But it would seem like right now he's up. Takes a bomb. Magma Bob with the tosses. Oh, and the down heavy from Kreuzberg just says, you know what? I'm done with you, Orion. We're finished. GTFO. All right, so let's see how much advantage Kreuzberg can build off of this life lead. You know, extending out the amount of damage you've done after you're a stock ahead is hugely important for maintaining an advantage in Brawlhalla. And unfortunate weapon toss there from Magma Bob. He's trying to close this out. Goes for the weapon toss. Kreuzberg knows it's coming. And, you know, after the guns rework, it has gotten a little bit more difficult to close out matches with the guns. Not quite as easy to get those air tilt knockouts the way to. Magma Bob kind of knows this and isn't as afraid to play into the guns, but he realizes that he's behind right now and he's got to do something to get this knockout to happen. So Magma Bob looking pretty heroic right now. You know, tries to go for the heavy move to knock it out, but Kreuzberg is playing it safe still, using the shenanigan area. Coming up, oh, and he gets hit off the edge. Can Magma Bob close it out? He does with the double knockout. Or excuse me, double weapon toss off the edge guard. Good stuff from Magnabob. And you know, now that Mangabob is up and ahead, we should be able to... Oh, the bomb toss! Almost closing it out right there. My goodness, Kreutzberg. That was an unexpected amount of force off of that bomb toss. But Magmabob is not out of this yet. He still wants to finish it out, but he's in a really bad position right now. Kreutzberg getting punished for the heavy attempt. Mangabob trying to be heroic. Can he pull this off? Can he return it? He just makes it back to the edge. Kreutzberg looking for the exit, and there it is. Bounced off the edge of the wall by a nice air tilt, and Kreutzberg takes round 1. Excellent performance from both of these players. I really wasn't sure where that was going for a little while, but Kreutzberg, all that tournament experience that this man has really shows when it comes into this setting, and he is just able to carry on despite early disadvantages and turn it around the way that he has to prove that this man is a champion. Good stuff. Good stuff. And of course, you know, we can all be happy that a Joe Bro won. So, here we are back at it. Starting off, looks like Magmabob's going to secure the first weapon, picking up a lance. Going once again for the air neutrals. Trying to force Kreutzberg to respect the amount of space that he has, but Kreutzberg actually lands the first hit with a happy little side attack, saying, you know what, I don't care about your lance. I'm good, bro. I got this. I got pistols. Magmabob picks himself up a spear off of a dive kick, and picking up some early damage. And Lucian's trying to equalize. The damage nerf on the guns does make it much more difficult to put down the damage with guns the way that it used to. So it's making these matches. Oh, and the signature move, so much force on that from Magnabob and Orion. It is just so good that when you get hit by one, it hurts. Oh, Lucian responding with his own heavy attack in response to the signature move. Good weapon, or good attack selection, and bam, there's the knockout. Lucian able to turn it around incredibly fast. Maintaining map control. Kreutzberg getting knocked out. Oh, double unarmed combos, one right into the other from Magnabob. Nice looking dive kicks. Really great unarmed play to create quite a bit of life advantage for Magnabob. Oh, gets hit by the heavy move. Good damage coming out from Lucian. Multiple forward side attacks. Kind of interesting. Up, full on punish. 6-hit combo. Oh, and Magnabob sets it up and knocks it down with the air attack into the mine. Whew. Oh, almost goes for the bomb catch. You can see that he thought about it for a minute and then decided not to go for it. Not something that you can do accurately every time. Magmabob knows that he's got the advantage and he's trying to press it. Let's see if Kreutzberg isn't able to get one of his signature fast knockouts with the air tilts. Magmabob making space, gets a couple points of damage off the weapon toss. And nice. Oh, misses the signature move, full on punished. Still, this is a respectable amount of damage coming out from the last tick of life on Magnabob. I'm really favoring him finishing this out. He could even do it at 2 stocks. It would be a devastating blow for our man in green. Oh, goes for the signature move. Wrong spacing, though. Kreutzberg kind of expecting it now. And Lucian just not able to seal the deal. Deep red, Magmabob a whole stock ahead, and at this point, I don't think there's anything that Kreutzberg could do to come out from this, and oh, nice knockout. Nice knockout. Can he bring it back? Magmabob knows that he could finish this out with a murder-suicide pact with a close bomb hit. One more heavy attack. One more air tilt. Oh, and he gets him with the uppercut. Magma Bob closes it out, and we are going to a final match to see who's going to be moving on to the semifinals. And once again, this is why I'm loving this tournament, man, because this is the most, like, 3-match best of 3 games I have seen in a tournament. So here we go. Let's see who can pull this out. Let's do our stretches. You know, let's do some shoulder shrugs. We're out here on King's Pass, and this is actually a pretty different scenario, and I would say